Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston with Fight Media 360 here. So today we're gonna be talking about. This is gonna be a preview and prediction for Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno 2. So this fight is on the co-main of Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori 2. I already made a video of that. Hold on, guys. So I already made a video of that. So if you didn't watch it, go check that out. So before I do show y'all, the previews and the stats, I just want to say this is a very tough fight to predict. Both these fighters are just very similar. They're both extremely tough. They both have very good chins. They're both just very, very just tough fighters. Good chin, heart, even though Figueiredo doesn't necessarily have the best cardio, he just fights through stuff. Brandon Moreno, he's a Mexican warrior. He has, he's fast, really, really good chin. Both their chins are made of cinder blocks. It's like, wow, both these fighters that first fight was amazing. But anyways, so let's go through the stats. Let's start off with the champ, Deiveson Figueiredo. Deiveson Figueiredo comes into the fight with the record of 20 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Stands at a height of 5'5", and fights out of Para, Brazil. Now let's go to Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno comes into the fight with 18 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws. Comes in with the height of 5'7", fights out of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. So now the preview is done. Now let's talk about what they need to do to win. So let's start off with the champion, Deiveson Figueiredo. Deiveson Figueiredo, that dude is tough. Okay, he's very tough, very good chin, power. Good, on the ground. Just his cardio is his problem. The thing that he needs to do to win is work on his cardio. Because that first fight, I actually had it 3-2 for Brandon Moreno. I gave the first round to Figueiredo. I thought he edged that one out. I gave the second round to Moreno, third round to Moreno, and fourth round to Moreno. And then I gave Figueiredo obviously the fifth round, because that was the round that Moreno broke his arm or fractured it. I don't think he broke it, because if you broke your arm, you wouldn't be able to move it. He was moving his arm, so it was probably like a bad fracture or something. But he definitely did do something to his wrist. But props to Brandon Moreno for fighting through that. And also in that round, Figueiredo wasn't really doing anything. He was winning, but Moreno wasn't moving around as much. He was moving around, but he wasn't hitting as much. But Figueiredo wasn't even really hitting him, So obviously, Figueiredo won the 5th round. And obviously, the first fight was a draw. But in my opinion, I thought that Moreno, it's not boxing or anything, but without kind of the judges, we all in my opinion, I thought Moreno deserved to get the nod. I thought that he fought tough. I feel like he was Figueiredo wasn't really being that active, But Figueiredo, what he needs to do to win is, first of all, work on his cardio. You can't just go into the second fight with bad cardio, because obviously you're not gonna just walk through Moreno, because Moreno is a tough cookie. Like that dude, like he ain't no pushover. Like the dude can fight. The dude has a chin, and the dude can the dude has good cardio, bro. And he has speed too. You know, um, this fight I'm really excited about, man. But Figueiredo just needs to work on his cardio, make sure like he needs to, and he also kind of needs to let his hands go more. Cause in that other fight, yeah, he was letting his hands go, yes, but he wasn't being as active. It's just he was really, really, really tired. Cause he's always used to just going in there and like knocking people out. But that's not the case when you're fighting a guy like Brandon Moreno. A guy that's, first of all, Mexican. Second of all, he's just tough and really with a really, really good chin. So, like, Figueiredo needs to work on his cardio, throw more punches against Moreno. Chase him down. I know it's tiring, but just, chase him down, and but also when you chase him down, don't do it all the time. Make sure you're worrisome of your cardio, because, Figueiredo's gas tank isn't necessarily the best gas tank. So, like he needs to just go in there and pretty much kind of like dominate the fight. Not dominate, just I think how Figueiredo can win. I don't know, man. It's a tough fight. I'm not too familiar with Figueiredo. I do know he is. I did see him fight. Joseph Benavidez, and I did see him fight Brandon Moreno. Excuse me. So yeah, so pretty much what Figueiredo needs to do, and also he needs to work on that takedowns a little more. But like it's really hard to take down a guy like Moreno, because this fight is just so tough to predict, is because both these guys are like similar. Both these guys are really good, they're really good jiu-jitsu fighters, and they're really good at jiu-jitsu, and they're really good at wrestling. They're both like very, very good, and they both have good chins, and they both got hands. They're just very, very similar. But Figueiredo needs to pretty much just make it a dog fight, kind of like make it a better fight than last time. Even when you're losing, pretty much just throw with them, because then if you go the distance, that the judges are going to be on your side, and they're going to give the fight to you if it goes all the way. So yeah, so that's what Figueiredo needs to do. But for Brandon Moreno, like, he actually did most stuff right in that fight. He maybe not get hit as much, even though he was, even though, like, he was doing well, kind of blocking him, but he was getting hit quite a bit against Figueiredo. Figueiredo, like, was laying hands on him, but, but can pretty much just fight the same, box, because, box, and then, but and also what I want to see from Moreno is, like what I said about Figueiredo, is I would like to see more takedowns. I would really like to see more takedowns from Moreno, because that would be a big factor in the rematch, is the takedowns, and trying to tire Figueiredo out even more, on the ground. So that's what Brandon Moreno needs to do. Pretty much fight the same. The only thing is that maybe not get hit as much, and and work on the and then excuse me again, sorry. And then pretty much just work on the takedown. Like I want to see more takedowns from Moreno in this fight, cause he was doing good. Sometimes taking Figueiredo down. It's just yeah. So it's gonna be a crazy fight, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. Um, Both these guys are very tough fighters. Moreno is I didn't even know who Moreno was, and then like he just popped out of nowhere, freaking. I thought he beat freaking Figueiredo, bro. So yeah, so my final prediction for this fight, I would have to go with Deiveson Figueiredo by a controversial split decision. Why I say controversial is I think that Moreno is obviously going to be in control, but then Figueiredo, like, also, hitting him. It's going to be pretty much similar in the second fight. I do think that I do think you're going to see a lot more of Figueiredo, and I do think that you're going to see you're going to see Figueiredo throwing a lot more punches. But I do think that Moreno would be winning the fight, but very, very, very edgily. But when it comes down to fighting the champion in the UFC, you would have to like beat the champ very, very well, or just stop the champ to win. And I don't and Moreno and it's really tough to submit a guy like should be good Figueiredo. So so that's my prediction for this fight is Deiveson Figueiredo by a controversial split decision. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.